And away from that, let's have that conversation about the regeneration of Nairobi. And I invite your comments here at NTV Kenya, and at Trevor Mbija will read some of them if we can during the broadcast. I'm joined in studio by Ms. Veska Kangogo. She's the CEC Devolution in Public Service and Administration, and also a committee member of the Nairobi Regeneration team. Thank you so much for making time for us, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Out of this entire list that I have behind me, 13th of May is today. What do you think you've achieved there so far?
Okay, thank you very much, Trevor. Just to start with the fact that the national government and the county government are committed to working towards making sure Nairobi works or functions. You are all aware that Nairobi is the capital city of this country. It is the seat of power. It is the central point where most government services are offered, and we play a key role.
That is true, but have you collected all the garbage, like you said, by 13th of May?
You can be assured from where we sit and where we all reside, work has been done. We cannot say we have cleared all the garbage, but the major dumping, illegal dumping sites have been cleared. And I want to believe for the last 10 days, we have been able to do a considerable amount of work, working with the youths and the electoral leaders in the wards. We've been able to identify the best ways to rid our environment of garbage. We've opened drainages, and we want to believe that within the said period, as committed, we should have cleared most of the garbage that has piled over time.
But you haven't. The said period is now.
Remember,
it was 30 days.
Remember, Trevor, we generate 2,400 tons of garbage daily. It means the garbage that we generate as a county has to be cleared on a daily basis. If Nairobi stops collecting garbage, even for half a day, this county cannot function. So be assured the illegal dumping sites have been cleared. What we see most is what is generated, and keeping the speed at which we generate the garbage is the challenge that we have, and we are having ways that we've put in place to make sure that we clear that garbage
because
as they
also
come
on
out.
hyphen number 3, there were supposed to be programs for regular garbage collection, which will be in place by now, because then the trash that is being generated, you should have been able to counter that by having those programs.
Those programs are already on. You saw what we did with the president yesterday at Moi Forces Academy. We have youth groups. We have engaged 20 youths per ward that are going to help us in collecting the garbage within the environs. We are going to provide transportation facilities and collection sites so that we don't have people dumping the garbage by the roadsides or in undesignated places. You
were part of the team that was at state as the regeneration team and made that commitment to the president and the people of Nairobi. Yes. Would it be fair to say you lied to Nairobians? Because the deadline is here.
Lying would be...
we still see a lot of garbage, and even on my screen right now, that was done today.
Lying is a hard wash for us to put across, because we want to be assured. Even this morning, as you left your house, you must have generated close to 2 to 4 kilograms of garbage before you left, arising from your activities of the night. And that cannot be cleared as soon as you leave your doorstep. Because remember, we are dealing with a complex city with a very high population levels that are continuing to be complicated in the ways they operate. Most of us work at night. Because most of the garbage that is dumped, and I want to ask Nairobians, do you know where your garbage is dumped on a daily basis? Does the CAT person tell you where they dump their garbage? So it is also a high time that we engage the citizens of this country, and specifically for Nairobi County, that can we partner in ways in which we can clean our environment. The president has led, the governor has led, so we are coming, and you saw us today in Kawangware engaging the dwellers of Kawangware, including the traders and the people who collect garbage, to help us to work together towards cleansing our environments.
Let's talk about the fourth one, fully car-free days for Westlands and CBD to reduce traffic.
Yeah, that was...
How do you intend to implement this?
Now, one of the things that we all have to agree is that Nairobi is having challenges of traffic. We waste a lot of time in the roads, and that has gradually been built up by the economic activities of this county. And it is a good intention that we designate parkings outside the CBD, and that's why the president and the governor have already identified the best way of introducing mass bus transport system, whereby we can leave our vehicles on designated days outside CBD so that we ease the jam and also provide for other activities to be undertaken in Nairobi.
That has not been implemented yet.
Be assured that should be completed in the next 60 days because we had been given ways of operating as the national government, engaging the relevant authorities. It is not an easy thing. It is not as good as telling people stop coming with your vehicles to the CBD, but also where do we give them alternative parkings and how do we make them easily access the CBD and not inconvenience them in doing their business.
Okay, let me play a soundbite by State House spokesperson Manuel Sipisu earlier on. That was on the 15th when the commitment was being made. Listen in.
The beauty of these targets and timelines is that those asked to implement, oversee the implementation of these projects and programs have agreed to resign if these timelines are not met. Nairobians want to see many things, but let me address just three. First, within 1 month, there should be no piles of garbage in any of the 85 electoral wards of the city of Nairobi. Also, a clean up of Nairobi River would have commenced. Environmental awareness campaigns would be underway, and programs for regular garbage collection should be in place.
Should he resign? Because that was the commitment made.
We should look at the targets. Cleaning up of Nairobi River, I want to believe you have seen what we have done. Remember, we are cleaning not only Nairobi River, but Nairobi River ecosystems. We have 3 major rivers that drain into the Nairobi River. We have already started with the Ngong River. We have removed most of the structures that had been built into the river, and we really want to thank Nairobians. They have been giving us the cooperation that we need, and gradually we've moved. We've not had fatalities, we've not had the rough or aggressive method of removal of those structures in the past. And I want to thank our governor for the philosophy that he holds, that he wants to move the residents with dignity. We could not just wake up one day and crush people down, but we had to identify alternative sites where they could move and help them to relocate and clean the river.
So that
has happened.
That commitment to resign
that has happened.
Serious one.
Definitely, we are going to resign for the specific issues that we have not been able to address. But here, cleaning up Nairobi River has started. It's written there, commenced. It has commenced.
In all the 85 electoral wards, there's supposed to be no garbage piles. I'm sure
no garbage piles. No garbage piles, I can tell you. The only thing that we should now keep up, and I want to thank the governor. He has given us additional 30 trucks, additional equipment, which you saw us flag off 8 days ago.
All right.
Tomorrow, walk around the city. And I'm requesting that work with us. Let's not use case files.
Okay. So at what point should Nairobians expect the team to resign? Are you saying 90 days? Because the 30 days...
No, we have different targets for different assignments.
The 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days.
Trevor,
should we count to 90 days?
Trevor, we have targets for 30 days.
And
we are having a meeting on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. If the targets will not have been met by that day, then expect that some of us whose portfolios have not met those targets, both in the national government and the county government, will have to resign.
By Tuesday?
We are having a review meeting on Tuesday, 13th May.
That is the day after tomorrow,
yes.
Tuesday?
We have a meeting on that day to look at the targets and whether we've achieved them. If not, there should be contingency plans to make sure that the same, because we are surely committed to achieving that. It's not about just bare promises, but we want to commit. But we also seek the support of the media. Let's give factual information. Like today, for example, I had a good ride with most of the journalists, and you can be assured most of the dumping sites which used to be all over the city have gone down. As we talk, we have over 40 trucks deployed in the whole of Nairobi City collecting garbage.
All right.
Yes.
Ms. Veska Kangogo, thank you so much for making time for us.
We'll
follow up on Tuesday. Like you said, the media should be fair, so we will follow up to see what has been done and what has not been done. We'll have this conversation.
And engage us. Please don't sneak into Nairobi.
That's why I invited you.
But engage us so that we can also work together in this journey.
All right. I'll call you back here again
next
time. That's Ms. Veska Kangogo, Head of Devolution in Public Service and Administration, and also a committee member of Nairobi Regeneration. We'll have her back here on Tuesday after that review meeting to find out what has happened so far.